Hello fellow equestrians, it is Kayla and welcome back to the channel. So today this is explaining what I do for Penny to get her ready for her showing circuit. I will start showing her in March. I will be doing the PHJA shows this year and hopefully going to get a few decent ribbons with her. And so now let's get into the video on showing you what I'm going to do to get her ready. So I am doing this thing called Muscle Boot Camp, where it is going to build up the muscles in her hind end and get her back into her regular canter, because right now she's kind of like, I don't know, she's crow hopping and having a disunited canter. And I am doing mini stirrup, which is, as I explained in my last video, is you trot and canter out of a certain line. You trot over the cross rail, which is about 116, and then you trot over, and then you canter over the vertical, which is about 118. And so now I just have this little folder, and in the folder has a little envelope and a little planner, which I marked down to show what I did that day, and so I can keep track of it. So I can keep it more organized and stuff. So it's just an old folder I used to use for class and stuff, but I don't use it anymore, so I'm putting it to another purpose because it's still in good shape. So in this little folder on the front it says Penny's Boot Camp and Workout Plans. This holds the papers that I typed out last night to ensure and to show what I will be doing for her muscle boot camp. I really do not have anything else in this folder because I was thinking of plans and stuff to do for this Saturday video, so I decided to just do this. And so in here I just have these little papers all printed out. There's 3 of them, which is just the boot camp plans and what rules I have to follow for these. And initiate this. I'm not copying anyone else's work. This is not me plagiarizing, or I didn't look at anyone else's. If someone else did create a boot camp or a muscle boot camp for their own horse and they have different rules than me, don't think that I plagiarized and like try to copy their idea but change the rules so it doesn't look like that. No, I created this myself. This is what I created for my horses, suit my horses, what they need to get done and what they need to work on. So yeah, and I'm just gonna read each page by page. This is a 20-day boot camp to help build her muscles in her hind end and her front end. And so yeah, I'm gonna start reading this. So day 1 through 5 of Penny's boot camp. The days of the 5 first days are kind of the introduction days to like start introducing her to what we would be doing. I actually started yesterday on this, so I did the first day, and she kind of figured out really quickly on how walking down and then trotting up. I used less rein, which is the first time in a long time, because usually I have to shorten my reins a lot to get her to slow down. But this I had a lot of slack in my rein, which I am very, very happy of, because I'm trying to get her into slowing down with using less rein and less pressure. So I also used a lot of my seat because I had problems with, I wasn't using my seat to slow her down. I was just relying on my reins, which is not good. You can use reins and your seat, which preferably it's your seat which you use to slow down, but no, don't mind that. But I'm gonna go ahead and get reading into this. So day 1 through 5 of Penny's boot camp. For the first 5 days, walk down the slope of the pasture from fence to fence and trot up the slope back to the barn, which the pasture that the horses go in is on a slope, so I will just walk down the slope and then I will trot back up, which is pretty easy. And in the slopes I have a few pivots and divots, hills and divots, hills and divots, which will help bring her muscles up. And so it's more work for her to do, which will help her muscles grow, will help her endurance and her speed and all of that stuff excel. So, and sorry if it kind of doesn't make sense, I'm just trying to use bigger vocabulary to make things sound better. Yeah, but okay. It says, and then I'm going to continue and read the rest of the page and explain it. So, only do sets of 10 each day with the set being walk down, then up the slope. Doing a warm-up isn't necessary unless she is really hyper. If hyper, then lunge in the round pen. Then also walking down the hill. Walking down the slope will also help. Do this once every day, skipping a day in between the workouts. Between each workout, the days I am not doing hill work on jumping coordination and slowing down between each jump, following the rules in the phone notes. I have rules that I set in my phone that I originally was going to follow those, but now I revised those and I really do not like them, so I created new ones, which is what this is. But there are certain rules and stuff that I still go into this, so I just kept them on the phone notes, and so I didn't have to copy and print all of them onto here again. And what I mean by doing sets of 10, which a set is walking down and trotting up, that's one set, and I have to do that 10 times for the first 5 days, and then after that you bring it on, which I will explain in my next page. And I will skip a day between each of them to give her muscles a rest, and I will be working on jumping and stuff, which will also help with her muscles. So I'm going to move on to the next one, which is day 6 through 14 of Penny's boot camp. And so this is the next few days and stuff after it. And so now I'm gonna read this page. Instead of walking down and trotting up the hills, now trot down and up the slopes. Only do sets of 20 now, with the set being trot down and back up the slopes. As in the first 5 days, a warm-up isn't necessary unless she is hyper enough to be lunged or a simple warm-up. Do this every day, skipping a day in between. The days that are skipped work on jumping coordination and slowing down between jumps, with the height being excelled just a little bit, following the rules as stated in the phone notes. So now I'm doing sets of 20 each day instead of sets of 10, and the jumping, you raise the height of the jumps just a little bit. And so, yeah, and you're still skipping a day in between the workouts. You're not adding another day in between, but now you're trotting down and trotting up the slopes if she feels pretty enough. And so I'm going to go over the last page, which is the days 15 through 20. 15 through 20, which are the last few days of her boot camp. And I will not get this boot camp finished in time for her to show, because I am not going to be riding almost every single day. I would have finished these days if I was riding every single day, but I can't due to school and other things and letting my own muscles rest. And so, day 15 through 20 of Penny's boot camp. For these finals days, trot down the slope and canter up it, maintaining a collected canter. Only do sets of 30, with the set being trot down and then canter up the slopes. The warm-up isn't necessary unless she is really hyper. In that case, lunging her or do a simple warm-up will work. Skip a day in between workouts. On the days being skipped, work on jumping coordination and slowing down between jumps, following rule and phone notes. This is basically, the rest of the rules are the same, except for you're doing sets of 30 now, and you're trotting down and then cantering up the slopes. So that was pretty much what these rules and stuff are stated for the boot camp. That's pretty much what these rules are now. So I'm gonna just put them back in this little folder. Just gonna take a few seconds. And I'm gonna walk it. Now they're back in my little folder to keep nice and clean and organized. And so the other thing in my folder is this little planner. My mom gave it to me because she used to do Pirelli, which is just another training thing. Like you have Clinton Anderson and other people, but like it's hosted by Pat Pirelli and his wife and stuff. So yeah, and it's just a little planner and stuff that my mom gave me. So I'm gonna go to the first page, which I wrote down something. I started this yesterday, which was Friday. So I just wrote 2-1-19, which stands for February the 1st, 2019. And I just wrote down day number 1 of 5 beginning hill days, which I will show you, which is right here. Go. And so that was pretty much everything that I have in my folder now. Maybe by the When I'm done with this muscle boot camp, I will do an update video which will show you the before and after of before Penny did this boot camp, and then after. So this is pretty much all the video I had to show for you. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will see y'all next time. Bye!